welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing really well. So as you can tell, I've come to a little cabin for a few nights. I'm here for, it's Sunday today and we're here till Wednesday, but we're kind of leaving in the morning. So we've got like 2 full days and then this evening as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna take you along on our little trip. And I just thought it'd be a cute idea to see like how much I could read realistically whilst I'm here, because I got this trip for me and my boyfriend for his Christmas present. Yeah, we're staying in Wales near the Brecon Beacons. We're literally like right next to the national park. So we will be doing like all the kind of touristy things. We're going to be going on like a few hikes and stuff. Probably just do Penny Fan, which is the main kind of walk that everyone does here. And then I think on the other day we're going to do like the 4 waterfalls that like I think are all like near each other. So those are going to be like the main things we do in the day, but I just thought it'd be fun to see how much I could read kind of like around those activities. Obviously we'll have the mornings in the little cabin and also the evenings as well. We were going to go to like pubs for evening meals, but it's so rainy. Like I literally picked the worst weekend to come and do something like this because the weather is like awful. Like yesterday it was snowing, and then today we woke up and it was just like pouring down with rain, and it's like really foggy as well. So hopefully we're going to be able to just, I don't know, see the views and stuff like that. Hopefully it's not too foggy, but yeah, it's going to be pretty miserable. But I'm also kind of loving that as well. I don't know, I feel like I can romanticize that a bit and just be all cozy in the cabin as well. So I am kind of happy that we get to just stay in. I'm not sure exactly how much time I'm going to have to read, but we'll just see. It's just going to be like a realistic kind of mood reading long weekend. So yeah, when we got here it was like kind of like the sun was going down, and by the time we'd brought all of our stuff in it was like completely dark. So I'll show you the outside and everything tomorrow when it's a bit lighter, because I feel like it would just be pitch black outside. The inside of our cabin is miniature, like it is a tiny little cabin. So I'll give you a quick like overview of our cabin in a sec after I show you the books that I've got. But yeah, it is literally miniature. Like it's just our bed's here, and then the kitchen is like right there, and then the bathroom's right there. So yeah, but I feel like that adds to the cozy feel of it as well. So anyway, let me go through the books I brought with me for this little trip. So I brought my Kindle. I got this Sonny Angel for Christmas from my sister. So I brought my Kindle just so I can mood read as well. But the physical books I've brought a couple that I'm in the middle of and that I just can't seem to get through. Not because I don't want to read them, just because like, I don't know, like I've never been one to start a book and not finish it. But in the last month, I think it's because I've been so busy like over Christmas, I've just wanted to get through so many, but I haven't had the time. So I've just started loads in hopes that like I can finish those, but I just haven't finished those. So I'm in the middle of like 3 books right now, but I brought a couple that I started. So I've got On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. I've only read like 44 pages of this. So that's basically like nothing. And then I've got Wildfire as well, which I'm pretty much halfway through now. So I'm hopefully going to finish this one. And this one as well, because this one's fairly short. So yeah, I've brought those 2, and then the final physical one I've brought is Foster by Claire Keegan. This one's tiny as well, so I'm hoping to get through it probably in like an evening if I can. It's only got like 90 pages, so that'll be a good one to, you know, start off the reading goal. But my mum gave me this and she said it was really good, so I just have wanted to read it for a little bit. I think it's like a kidnapping story. So yeah, got a few different vibes I feel like, but as I said, I've got my Kindle so I can just mood read, and I've got quite a few downloaded on here. So yeah, I'll let you know what I go for. My boyfriend, obviously, as I said, is in this tiny cabin with me. He's currently in the toilet, but he will be like here all the time, and there's not really anywhere he can go. So I'm going to be filming around him, and just to let you know. What else is there to say? I think that's it. So let me give you a little mini tour. Like this bed's actually like deceptively high. I've got you on my tripod right now, so yeah, let me give you a little mini tour. So this is the bed, just in the corner. It's got loads of movies up there, which I think is so cute. And then this little window. Let's see if we can see outside. Okay, you can't see anything, it's pitch black. But there's a little window. This is the bed in all its glory. And then we've stuffed our other bags here. I'm literally here for like a couple of days, but I've packed if I'm here for like at least a week. So yeah, and then next to the bed, we've got a little, do you know what, I'm just gonna take this off the tripod because this is not working out for me. Right, here we go. So, little chair, my bag. Got a little log burner, which is really cute. I'm excited to try that out because I've never used one of them. And then kitchen's literally here. Fridge, cooker. We've brought like loads of food so we can just make it in the cabin, which is good. And yeah, that's literally it.
Bathroom.
Table so Lucas can do work whilst I read. Here's the bathroom, not that anyone wants to see. Shower. It's so small, but it's so cute. And yeah, Lucas has loads of uni work to do, so I'm just going to be reading whilst he's working, which I'm excited about, because I usually just don't read at all when he's here because I just get distracted, but if he's doing work then I can actually read. Very wholesome way to start off 2025, isn't it? But yeah, I will take you along with us hiking and stuff if I can, but it will mostly be inside the cabin. But I'm going to try and film like what we do as well, just in case anyone's interested or wants a little trip to Wales. But yeah, we're going to unpack now, probably have a shower, get all crispy, and then, do you want to do some work? No? Well, I might read for a bit, and then we'll make dinner, and then
play some board games. Yeah,
we've brought loads of games to play, because like, I feel like we just never play games. So we've brought cards, classics and cards. What's this?
Backgammon.
Oh, this is backgammon. I've never played backgammon before, but Lucas is a pro, so he's going to teach me. And then
pro this as well.
This looks a bit old. What is this? Ooh. Oh wait, I feel like I recognise this
it's like
a little
Wordle,
bit.
but old fashioned. Do you put this here?
And we also brought some wine because I'm trying to become like a wine person because I want to like it so bad, but I never do like it. It's almost 8:30. I've been reading for like an hour or so, and I read like 50 pages-ish. I feel like I can't even comment on this book. Like, this book, it's just on like a different planet. It's just incredible so far. Anyway, we're about to make dinner. Well, Lucas started making dinner. We're having chicken pasta. But like, you know when you go to a place and you forget that like you don't have any oil or butter to fry anything in, so we've just put like plain chicken and like obviously no herbs either. I don't know what we thought there would be here, but yeah, so we've just put plain chicken in the oven with no oil even. At least we've got the tomato sauce. Let me show you which one we got. This is the sauce of today. Tomato and mascarpone pasta sauce. So hopefully that
Sauce of the
just helps the chicken. I'm sure it will. we're heading out on our first endeavour. It's
It's
finally stopped raining. It was pouring down with rain this morning, and it was snowing for a while as well. It was really like good vibes, but we didn't go out because yeah, we just wanted to stay in bed whilst it was like pouring down with rain. So it was a little bit later on in the day, but I read for a tiny bit this morning. But like I feel like I was just going so slowly with this book because it's so like lyrical and deep that like I can't read it quickly. I can't physically read it quickly. One, because I don't know, like I can't process the words quickly. But two, because like I'm underlining things like every page. Like every page I have something to underline. It's like so incredible. But it means that I'm going at like a snail's pace. So I only read like, I think 30 pages in like an hour this morning because I was just underlining everything. But anyway, I think I'm on page like 120 now. But let me give you a little tour of our hut. Right, I'm gonna go down so you can see from, I'm trying not to slip, so you can see from the like proper front. So, okay, so this is what it looks like from the outside. So we drove, that's my little car. We drove like all the way down here, and like it was kind of hard to see because it was like getting dark. And there are horses in the field, which is so cute. So it's got a little gate, little steps. I'm gonna say like little mini, like the whole time, because it just is. But if it was good sunny weather, that would be really nice to like have a cup of tea in the morning. You can see our room through there. And then, yeah, it's just like a little, it almost feels like a little boat, doesn't it?
A little boat.
That's our door. Haven't looked around here yet. Oh, it's got a mop. So today we're going to do like the waterfalls, because it was raining so much earlier and it was snowing. We were a bit worried that like if we did the big walk up on top of like the mountains to Pennyfan, then we would be like we wouldn't be able to see anything because it would be like really cloudy and foggy, which it is pretty cloudy today. So we're going to do the waterfalls today whilst it's wet, and I feel like that'll be a better idea. And I think tomorrow it's going to be a bit sunnier, so yeah.
Nice temperature as well.
Yeah, it's not too cold. Does anyone else with like naturally kind of wavy frizzy hair just like hate the way you look with your natural hair? Like if it's like, I don't know, just something about it being down, like frizzy, like just fully down normally, I'm just like, I can't do it. I feel like a boy. I feel like a boy with long hair. Or I feel like, I don't know, I feel homeless basically. Let's talk about the book. So basically we got back from the waterfalls. It was so nice. We had such a nice day, but because we'd been walking around for hours and hours, when we got back, like we literally just like plonked in bed and just like, I was gonna start reading, and then Lucas was like, let's just watch an episode of Squid Games. So that's what we did. And then we watched 2 and then 3. So I haven't read any this evening. It's now like, what time is it? It's now almost 9 o'clock in the evening. So I'm gonna try and read for at least an hour. I'm still on page like 100, I'm only on page 112. I have not read this as fast as I thought I would. Like my pace with this book is like 40 pages an hour. Yeah, it's very emotionally taxing, but like those are my favourite types of stories, but obviously you just still have, you can't just like mindlessly read them, you know? So I might tomorrow move on to Wildfire if I don't finish this and then come back to it, just so I can have something a bit more like light-hearted and just easy, just to get through some pages, because I don't know, because I don't want to just have only read this book. That's the plan now. I've showered, I've washed my hair, I've gotten all ready, so yeah, I think we're gonna watch another episode of Squid Games later, but I'm gonna try and read for an hour. I haven't said anything about what this book is about because I wanted the point of this video to be like, how much can I realistically read on a little like getaway like this, but it's basically, the whole book is a letter written from a son to his mother, and they come from Vietnam, Vietnamese immigrants living in America, and it's basically like the mum's trauma from the Vietnam War, and then her passing that on to her son, and it's just her son like kind of explaining his life and all the like impacts that she had on him and all the impacts that like everything else had on him, and there's so much like understanding from him to his mum, and kind of like acknowledging her trauma and her struggles and stuff, but then there's also obviously so much like telling her that she's wrong and like the impact that she did have negatively on him, which is really nice to see kind of like both sides, because obviously she's a victim too in her own way, but then she's inflicted all of this on him, which is obviously so wrong. So it's just, yeah, it's just a deep, emotional, character driven story. It's now slightly turned into a romance. We'll see how that goes. I'm like kind of only just started that, so I'm not sure like exactly how I feel about this, but I feel like, I don't know, it's really hard to like speak about this and like rate it, because it feels like someone's life story. Like it literally just feels like I'm reading someone's life story. I'm like, this must be so like influenced by the writer's life, because I'm like, how could you write something so like real if it's not real? So I'd be interested to like look up and hear about this book after I finish it. I just made Lucas go and stand outside so I could film this update. But basically, I finished this book. Well, I didn't finish it last night. I read majority of it last night, and then I finished the last like 20 pages this morning. I'm finished with it now, finally. We've only got like one more full day left here, and then we've got the morning tomorrow. I feel like it's almost a 5-star. As I said, it's really hard to rate because it feels so like raw. It feels like someone's life story, so it feels like really, it feels like I can't rate it on like how much I like it, because it's like, who am I to say if I like it or not? I was trying to find out some info on the author and stuff after I finished it, and this was his first novel, and I think he only wrote poetry before this, and I already told you how like lyrical and poetic this was, so that makes complete sense to me. So if you're interested in like poetry and that type of writing, that's what this book is. If you don't like that kind of, I don't know, whimsical, deeper meaning thing to every sentence, then this probably isn't for you. This book felt like a long book, and I feel like I've read a decent amount, but I just anticipated reading more whilst I was here, because I was like, oh, like it's a cabin, like what else am I gonna do? Also, I don't think I've said, but our cabin has 0 Wi-Fi, and neither of us have any signal. Like, we have one bar when we go like right into the corner of the room, but even then it just doesn't work. So literally haven't been on social media like at all whilst I've been here. I've been able to send like a couple text messages, but that's it. So it's like perfect scenario to read, like little detox, but still it's like, I feel like when you're just with your partner, it's just hard to find time. Anyway, I said this was going to be realistic, and it is. It's starting to get a little bit sunnier now, and the snow's kind of like melting a bit, so we're gonna go out and probably drive somewhere and do a little walk, but it might not be the big one like we were hoping. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, we're gonna go out for a bit now, and then I'll come back and update you later when I'm starting whatever I start next. I might just not feel like wildfire. I might just get something random on my Kindle, but I will let you know.
Throw it. Throw it loads up and it will go into a nice mist.
You throw a mist. What the hell? So I'm back home now. I just thought I'd wrap up the books that we read whilst I was at the cabin, because I know I didn't really run through these two books when I was reading them with you. It was kind of just this one. So just to give you a rundown of how the kind of last day or so went. I read all of this one in the evening because, as I said, it was only 90 pages and the font was really big. So yeah, I got through that one very quickly. So I finished that in the evening, and then the next morning that was our last morning there, so I just read this when I woke up. I think I read like 30-40 pages and then we had to head off. So yeah, I only read this one for about an hour in the morning, and I was like halfway through this, but yeah, I've since finished this one as well, so I can tell you my thoughts and feelings on that as well. But in general, kind of read what I expected to read. Thought I'd read maybe a little bit more. So starting off with this one, I did kind of tell you guys what I thought of this book, but now I've been sitting on it for a while, I can kind of give you my final thoughts. When you think of literature, that's this book. Like, this isn't like a silly fun time. No, that's not what this is. I think I said this, like the word I keep just coming back to, this is so raw. Like, I just can't fathom that this isn't like his own experience. Like, this must be his own experience because it's so like in detail. Yeah, it was just like heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, but also just so insightful, and so like I feel like educational. Like, I learned a lot from this book. This is between a 4.5 and a 5, 4.75. If you know that you do kind of like a more like just slice of life, but deep slice of life type of book, then you will like this and I think you should read it. Right, moving on. Another kind of slice of life book. This is Foster by Claire Keegan. I think I said at the start this was going to be like a kidnapping story. It's not a kidnapping story. This story was just about this little girl. She'd come from like a difficult childhood. Her parents left her with these two slightly older people, and they're her foster parents. So they're fostering her for just a year, and she's got like quite a few other siblings who are like back at home. So it's never like a permanent thing. She knows she's going back, but it's just her experience with these foster parents. It's kind of like the highs and lows of that, and her kind of finding comfort in them. Obviously it's very short, so it's not like there's not too much to say, but it's just a quick story of her discovering a comfort within her foster family. And you find out that the foster parents have lost their son in like a tragic way, so there's that element of like, oh, are they trying to fill this void? But It's very short, so I don't know, again, like my feelings towards it. I thought it was written like beautifully. It's set in Ireland, so like a lot of the speeches just got that like Irish language to it. It was a great short story. I think it won loads of awards or something. So again, if you're just wanting a quick, just beautiful read. And also this was so good because the writer portrayed like the little girl. I don't even know how old she was in this, like I think she was like 10 or something. The way that the author like writes her thoughts are so like childlike and so accurate to, I feel like, how children think, yet also she's writing it with hindsight almost, from like the child doesn't know at the time, but that's what she was feeling, you know? Does that make sense? I don't know. I'd probably give this a 4 star, 4.5. I don't know, like it's really hard with these short books to like decide, because it's just like for what it was. Like how can you get that into a story that doesn't last very long, you know? Okay, and finally Wildfire. The first half of this book, I obviously didn't read in the cabin, but I thought it was gonna kind of just be like a standard middle of the road, enjoying it, but it wasn't crazy. I just didn't really enjoy this book. Like I kept hoping to enjoy it, and I was trying to get in the mindset of just like a fun time, but like maybe it's because I just read 2 heavier written books, but I just, yeah, I don't know, it just felt so surface level to me. It just felt quite flat, I think, for me. And I don't really want to read the 3rd one, but I do want to have the full collection because I feel like these as a collection just look really cute together. Maybe it's because it took me quite a while to read and get through. Like I started it last month, and I was just kind of like trying to get through it, so maybe if I'd have read it in one go I would have enjoyed it more. I just thought this was like very, very mid, which is a shame because I know some people love this. When I read Icebreaker, I thought I loved it because it was like one of the first like contemporary romances I ever read, but I feel like if I was to go back now or read Icebreaker now for the first time, I don't think I would rate it the same. So I would give this a 2.5. 2.75. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry for the very poor uploading schedule I have at the moment. It's still kind of all over the place, but I'm hoping February it will just all smooth out. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day wherever you are, and yeah, I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye!